Hi everyone, this video will talk about mental health. It's an often overlooked aspect of life, and I feel it gets further pushed to the sidelines as you look after your baby. Most of us are aware that it's extremely important to look after the mental health of the mother. For those of you who don't know, I'll briefly summarize it by saying this. Obviously, you're going to do your part and raise the child as best you can, but you need to understand just how tremendous the stress is on the mother. For starters, you have the sleep deprivation from the constant feeding, the changing, and also engaging with the baby to develop them. There's also stress from being unsure that what you're doing is going to give them the best start to life. Then there's the stress of having people tell you what you should do, and also the recovery from the birthing process. It's a lot to handle. As a father, you have to navigate all of this. You probably have some idea of what's expected of you, so I won't bother talking about it. The only thing I will say, though, in regards to what you can do to help the mother with stress levels, is that you need to ensure that there are times when they can be them. Encourage girls' trips or hangouts with friends minus the baby. Book them massages, bring them flowers, remind them that they're still an individual. An often overlooked aspect from the male perspective is self-care. I'm sure many of you think you have to be super dad. It definitely felt that way to me. If I had a rough day at work, I felt like I had to hit the ground running and be an amazing dad and husband with no rest as soon as I walk through that door. It's a great idea, but it's not sustainable, and you definitely need to take the time to look after yourself. Otherwise, it won't be possible at all. One of the things that I highly recommend you do is see a psychologist. You can just talk about your role as a father because there's quite a bit of stress that comes with it. I'm sure you have friends that you can talk to, but sometimes you don't want to show any vulnerability, and so a professional who you have no personal relationship with may be the answer. This is where you should really know what benefits your work provides, and if psychologist visits are covered, you should definitely take advantage of it. If you have friends you can be 100% open with, you can obviously talk to them and should talk to them. This is especially true if they're parents themselves. Knowing that someone's gone through it or is going through it makes you feel less alone and is a great help. You'll most definitely need to find a way to carve out time for yourself as well. During that time, you can do physical activity or some activity that gives you a mental break. My time was between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m., where I could play Overwatch, watch YouTube videos, or read. During the day, I tried to squeeze in some sort of physical activity. Sometimes it was disc golf, sometimes it was going to the driving range, and sometimes it was just going for a walk and catching Pokemon on Pokemon Go. This is super important because I don't often hear or see a lot of self-care mentioned from the father's perspective. Finally, going along the same vein of treating/reminding the mother that she's an individual, you need to find ways to remind both of you that you're still a couple. Whether it's date nights or whatever, you need to find a way. Best of luck. I'll see you in the next video.